Hello, and welcome back to another episode of your friendly neighborhood college counselor. Great to be back. Today, we're going to talk about the two most important letters in college admissions. IP. No, I'm not talking about internet protocols. I am talking today about institutional priorities. We've all seen college websites that share these lofty, well-crafted, broad aspirational mission statements and values that they share. But by the end of the day, colleges are also a business, and they have a more functional, specific, and quantifiable set of priorities that you may not be aware of. So when you're an admissions officer, these institutional priorities influence your entire funnel of students, from the applicants who apply to the students who finally enroll. What are the different institutional priorities that may be affecting your acceptance probabilities without you knowing them? Number one, the most basic of all the institutional priorities, a specific class size. Colleges need to grow their brand beyond their geographic area. They need to expand into new markets and bolster enrollment from various feeder schools or cities. If you're wondering why you're seeing a lot of college events and fairs in certain regions, but at the same time not in others, you have your answer. They're probably trying to grow and expand in that area. At the beginning of the year, all admissions deans are given a target number of students to enroll from their provost. They're also given more specific priorities. They want to control and shape the demographic breakup of that undergraduate enrolled student body. For example, at my alma mater, University of Michigan, they are legislated to enroll up to 50% of their students from Michigan itself. Since the majority of the applicants don't come from Michigan, it is absolutely easier to get in from Michigan than anywhere else. Moreover, a provost of a specific university might observe that the gender ratio of applicants is gradually skewing more towards female, right? They might have observed the fact that more women are applying and enrolling ratios which are creeping closer to 60-40 women to men. So now provosts might be looking at reestablishing a more equal gender balance. So what does that look like? Maybe Rahul gets a postcard or a brochure from a given university, while his twin sister, Ravina, does not, even though she might have better credentials, might be a more qualified candidate. Another institutional priority would be to promote new departments or hires. For example, let's say a certain college recently opened a nursing major or hired a new ambitious business school dean charged with significantly growing the business school. You can probably bet that that same school is investing in publication, marketing, campaigns, social media efforts, and other resources to draw more and more attention and applicants to these specific departments. You can probably expect some Instagram takeovers that will show lots of images of their new fancy EKG machines and stock market graphs in the year ahead. This also means that if you're applying for one of these programs, you will probably get a second look of your application other than those majors that they know they're not struggling to fill. Admissions deans have literally been hired and fired based on their ability to meet specific institutional priorities. And that's totally up to the provost, right? One day, the institution might decide that, they want to raise their average standardized test score, or they might want to decrease their acceptance rate. Maybe they want to eat into the market share of their biggest rival. As I said before, these institutional priorities, they're functional, they're specific, they're quantifiable. And what that means is that if you're a senior and you're applying to highly selective universities, your test scores, your GPAs, your number of AP courses, or any other academic metrics is not going to be the entire basis for your admissions decision. Of course, holistic admission means that you're more than just numbers, but it also means that there are other numbers at play. This is what admissions deans mean when they say they are looking to select or shape their class. So how can you optimize your admission in light of all of these factors that appear out of your control? Obviously, the first thing you'd want to do is identify what a specific school's institutional priorities are and try to the best of your ability to appeal to them. Now, if they want more chemistry majors from Nebraska, their response may not really help that much, but admissions officers often welcome questions in virtual sessions or while you're on campus. Feel free to simply ask them, what are your goals for the next class? What are you trying to grow or improve here? You can put your own spin on it, but you can absolutely ask them any type of question like this. Sometimes you won't know exactly what the institutional priorities are. If an enrollment manager has been instructed to reduce the number of financial aid students, enroll fewer students from your state or your country, maybe decrease the number of students with first and last name that both start with the letter M, well, I'm sorry, Matthew McConaughey, you'll just be left to think that it was just the fact that you didn't take more AP classes. If you are a senior, Many colleges will probably release their decisions soon, and if you are denied from a selective university, it's important to consider that maybe it wasn't just your academic ability or your accomplishments that prevented you from being accepted. It could just simply be that that school had already filled the number of students that they needed with your specific demographics, with your specific credentials, and now are focusing on other priorities. Maybe they wanted more athletic recruits this year. Maybe they wanted more students from different socioeconomic brackets. It does not mean that the college doesn't necessarily think that you could excel at that school or that you wouldn't be a great fit, but they actually have orders from their senior enrollment managers about what that given student body needs to look like for the business of the organization. And keep this in mind. Know that things are not happening to you. You're not getting rejected. Things are happening for you. This is an opportunity to find your place at the place where they actually wanted you, where you actually do meet the institutional priorities. And you can also use these IPs to your advantage. Say you are the kind of student who meets their institutional priorities in a given year. That can actually help your acceptance rate at highly selective universities. Thank you so much for watching another episode of Your Friendly Neighborhood College Counselor. If you found this video interesting, do be sure to share it with your friends and hit subscribe for more insider information from the admissions office. We'll see you next time. Bye!